What's up? Back at you with another video. We are keeping track of the CweCwe situation, and firstly we're going to be looking here at the news. Just dropped is a video covering the case, and it says Chikunga seeks wider probe of CweCwe case. Cue here, back when I said that this issue has been ran ahead of, it seems. Looking at what Barry Bateman from the AfriForum is saying, the details look incredibly murky. And now that it has been made a black versus white issue, there just might be a twist where this thing goes towards questions around what happened to the child and it being related to ritual abuse. There's been outrage on the streets. There's pictures of a white man being put out who it seems is the principal of some school out in the Eastern Cape. And there's anger as well because the AfriForum is said to be defending this principal. So now that this has become a white versus black issue, black people versus the AfriForum, and black people have gone out to voice out anger at the principal and his whiteness, there might just be a twist here where we find that no, the child experienced this from their home. You hear that? So a number of people jumped in the comments and they said that you are being a Christian, you do not know anything about African rituals, get off this topic, you're now starting to sound like a Christian political grifter, etc., etc. I was insulted. And so we are here now, and this will be the third video. We looked then at another video where we had Barry Bateman asking for this to be accelerated and for more questions to be asked, right? And now we've got this here video, this one where we are listening to Malungelo Boy for Newsroom Africa. And the video is Chikunga seeks wider probe of CweCwe case. So let's quickly read the description so that we understand who Chikunga is and what is going on here. It says, it's on your screen, Women, Children and People with Disabilities Minister Sindisiwe Chikunga wants the police to widen their probe into the alleged rape of 7-year-old CweCwe. The incident allegedly took place in October last year at her school in Matatiele in the Eastern Cape. Today, Chikunga met various officials and organizations to discuss attacks on women and children in the area. Malungelo Boy has more from Matatiele. So this is a minister giving these statements. Let's hear.
Of the 7-year-old CweCwe. The incident allegedly took place in October last year at her school in Matatiele in the Eastern Cape. Today, Chikunga met various officials as well as organizations to discuss attacks on women and children in the area. Our reporter Malungelo Boy is in Matatiele and joins us now live. Who were the people she met today, Malu? Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Pravi. Perhaps, Pravi, let me locate myself and tell you where I am. We are actually at a village where this little girl actually comes from. That's where the Minister of Children, Women and People Living with Disabilities, Minister Chikunga, as well as the Social Development MEC here in this province, Bergview College, had gone to the house and to interact with the relatives of this child. Well, this is their second engagement in this particular town. Earlier on, they had met with various stakeholders, including the police officials, social workers, as well as members from various NGOs, discussing this particular case, but also broadly discussing the issue of attacks on women and children. But in relation to this particular case, Minister Chikunga said they had in fact received a report from both police and social workers today regarding this particular case. That's when her call for the investigation into this particular issue be widened. Let's take a listen, Prof.
We were given a full report by the department, by police. They gave us a full report. The social development gave us a full report. And of course, we are happy that there have been also an interaction between the province and the very first hospital doctor that saw, for instance, CweCwe. And therefore now, there is no question as to whether there was or there was no rape. There was a rape. As a matter of fact, from the information that we have heard, is that there is a possibility that it was not even the first time that CweCwe herself was raped.
Are you listening to that? The plot thickens. This is getting hotter and hotter. It may not have been the first time. Did this happen multiple times at school by the principal, as it is being suspected he did it once? If it happened multiple times and this was not the first time, was he the one who did it multiple times? If this is something that happened in the family, it has happened more than once, let us keep listening.
So it's something that needs investigation.
All right, Bravi. So that's the Minister Chikunga earlier on saying that, well, they've seen the medical reports of this particular child and the doctors have indeed confirmed that she had been violated and that the incident that we all been reporting about that is said to have taken place on the 14th of October last year may actually not be the first time this child had been violated. And of course, now police will continue with their investigation into this particular matter. And Minister Chikunga says police should actually look wide in their probe. Let's take a listen.
We are expecting the police to extend their investigation depending on the information that is available to anyone who can be a suspect. I'm making an example.
This example is a suggestion of where else to look. It's an example. She doesn't want to allege, so she'll give it as an example. We know and we are listening. It's a suggestion. Hint, hint. Wink, wink.
Personally, I would not even leave relatives to the child.
Woo!
Who live with the child. So
we are hearing about relatives from the minister. This has now shifted. The pendulum has swung. The twist that I predicted has twisted. We are now having the searchlight turned the direction of the family themselves, those who are claiming to be victims. Let's go.
The investigation must include every other person, and that is why we are happy that the sample was taken for this DNA, one from the driver, two from the caretaker, and we definitely want the sample taken from the principal, but also taken from anyone else. If it is the father, even the father, it doesn't matter.
Even if it is the father, the parents took the child and said, this is what happened. Fingers were pointed. We wonder by who first. Who was it? In the hashtags that are out there, hashtag CweCwe, who was the first to actually put out that hashtag? Who is the oldest? Please, somebody help us check. Let's look there. Now it has gone so far to the side. I wonder if people will be so quick to find the picture of the father and the family members and put them on thumbnails, on posts, etc. This is getting hot. This is getting real. Let's finish the video.
Bravi, we now know that this particular case of this 7-year-old girl is not the only case of rape that has been recorded in this particular town. We have been told that the two other cases that also occurred in October last year, one involves a 6-year-old and another one involves another 7-year-old, and that also we're told that these two incidents also occurred at a school. Bravi?
Malungelo Boy with that update following, of course, the arrival of the minister responsible for women and children in that part of the country.
So now let us quickly jump back to the beginning. There's been a lot happening on the streets. We've been seeing protests. We've seen the amount of people who've come out for this. We are going back to the beginning to listen to where this kind of started. And we have here the clip of the mother explaining what has happened. This video is courtesy of a YouTube channel by the name of World Bug Entertainment. And the title there is CweCwe's mother explains her daughter's case and community is willing to help. Hashtag justice for CweCwe. And then below we have the description. That was the title. We have hashtag trending, hashtag World Bug Entertainment Fam, hashtag justice for CweCwe, hashtag Africa, hashtag SAPS. Please don't forget to sign a petition. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in my first video where I said there's something strange about this, and there's something strange as well about the YouTube creator Lisa Masambit. The thumbnail of the video is right there. He went on to do a video where he had a catchy title suggesting that he's kind of clued up and or knows what is to happen, or he can guess, given what he knows to normally happen, that cases get withdrawn, justice is not delivered, that there's a miscarriage, we get nothing in the end. Some would even say like what happened with the Omodoso case. So he's already running ahead saying, hey, I know this, I'm telling you. South Africa is nonsensical, it doesn't make sense. And you are about to witness it here. Then he goes on to a video talking about how something can actually be achieved. Long story, preaching, sermon, putting people down who do not act, blackmail, cajoling, smooth manipulation, sweet talk, hard talk. He pulls people in and he says, you need to act. And how do you act? Go and sign a petition.
Stop letting outrage die after 2 weeks. There's a petition I have in the description, or I'll try to have it. Sign it and demand real action. Don't just comment. Don't just tweet. Do something. Sign the petition.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would, in that same video, pull out my phone at that exact same moment and follow this petitions.net website. As soon as I saw it, as soon as I saw the funnel, they ask you to fill a form, your name, simple contact details. Anybody who wants to support this, of course, would want to just sign this. Sama Sambit really said that this is going to make a difference. This is what is going to make this hit. Justice will be delivered. So you fill the form in. After filling the form in, you're now looking at a page that is asking for credit card details, that is asking you to deposit some money. And they are saying, if you deposit so much, we will make this hashtag or this issue or this petition go even further. So basically, just help us spread the message. Just fuel us. Just help us buy lubrication. And so I would keep quiet in that moment, realizing that there's something here that is very bad, very fishy. And I have seen this before. I have seen petition scams. I have seen men and people who are desperate to make some money, who put on virtue, who put on noble acts, who put on charitable performances. And then they say, to support me, sign the petition, suggesting that they will go to the government, knock on the offices, slap them with petitions from the internet printed, and the receptionist will quickly run and hand it over to the president, and the president will know that people have signed a petition and the president will make changes. As you sign that petition, you realize that there's the next step. Deposit me some money so that I can be able to go to the president. Deposit me some money so I can have some airtime to repost this again. I'm running out of airtime over here. Deposit me some money so I can buy some pizza for myself and the kids that I'm helping, or the elderly that I'm helping, or the sick that I'm aiding, or the poor that I'm mentoring and preaching to. Just give me some money so I can spread the message. So I saw this and I realized that there's something fishy here. There's something hot that is on the horizon. Sama Sambit has involved himself in something that may even turn out to be, in one way or another, he may find himself complicit. He may find himself to have aided something that looks very dark, very grifty, very wrong, very sketchy. And in the midst of an outrage and a hashtag, in a strange way, I've seen even posts where there's a Capitec card of, I don't know, is it the mother? But there's a card with an account number and there's already a fundraising. Isn't it strange? Is this how people normally respond to situations? 5 months after the case was initially reported, there's now outrage on the street and money is being asked for what? What are the details? And some may say, of course, the money is for making sure that this petition goes further and further. But to what end? And how sure are we that the monies and the credit card information that you're putting on there is going to a safe place? Have you checked petitions.net? Have you thoroughly gone through it and found that this is a legitimate website? Well, I'm a designer. I have a website. I've designed websites a number of times, and the website to me looks 100% sketchy. The website does not have a Facebook page. It does not have an Instagram. It does not have a Twitter, X. It has no videos on YouTube. There's not even a little jingly video on petitions.com. If you've got a cause, we are the direct place. Start yours today, free. You can make a difference. There's no such at all. And Summer Sambit and a number of other people have already started hopping on the outrage, twisting, making the narrative creative, throwing in some manipulation in there, and then sending you to that petitions.net website to go and fill in your details and then put some money in there. So that got me wondering, this website, is there a way for this money to go around from the account where the money lands up? Is it possible for this money to now go to the people who are the influencers for this hashtag? I accused Summer Sambit and said that this is looking grifty. A grift, in order to be successful, requires somebody to participate in something, a petty scam that puts money in their pocket. Otherwise, Summer Sambit is innocent and I need to apologize, and this is not a grift. But if it's possible that the money can end up with him, then he needs to go to jail. He needs to be found guilty of participating in organized crime. He needs to be charged and arrested. Him and anyone else who has, to a large degree, shared petition form. And at the time of releasing this video, I have gone and done screenshots of everyone that I can find who has posted this link and the YouTube channel. So should you delete your video now, this will only prove that you are now trying to run away. But Sambit cannot run away. I've got him on video. So to get some clarity out of all of this is all sounding very mysterious. Thank you for watching this video to this point if you still are. We are now going to look at the video of the mother who will be taking us through a 21-minute long explanation of what happened, and then that'll be the end. And we will be following this story later again because we hear that there will be a press conference in the morning. I'm shooting this at night. I'll be up looking at that and bringing it to you. Let's jump into this.
Tandikile, the mother of CweCwe. We are living in Matatiele. She's 7 years old and she's about to turn 8 in September. Last year she was doing grade 1.
I will do this at 1.2x.
At Bergview College that is located in Matatiele town. Last year on the 14th of October, I arrived home late because I'm the first to leave home and I'm the last to come back, hence I'm working out of town. So when I came back and my husband was complaining about CweCwe because she came back late from school on the day, and Malume, the transport guy, delayed to go and fetch them from school. Then on the 15th, I came to work and my husband was at home because he was off on the day. So our last one was not feeling okay, so he decided to take my son to consult with the GP. Then I also knocked off early on the day. Then we rushed to the GP. I also rushed to the GP to go and check up on them. Then we arrived home at about 11:30, and my husband asked some of our neighbors to go and assist him slaughtering the pig because we're preparing for my 1-year-old son's party that we're gonna have it celebrated on a Saturday. So now CweCwe came back from school at about 3:30. When she came back, I was complaining about her having a jersey on because the temperatures were very high on the day. She did not answer to any of the questions that I asked her. She just unzipped her jacket, and then I saw that even with the pants that she was wearing a gray pants on the day. The zip was not up, and I asked her, "Sis, why are you wearing like this?" She did not respond to that. She went straight to her bedroom, and she came back, and everything seemed to be fine because we just sat there chilling in the sitting room. So at about 6, because with the meat that we had, it was a fresh meat and also it was hot. So she complained about having a stomach ache at about 18 hours. So I was like, okay, fine, maybe it's the meat because it's fresh. And then now she rushed to the loo and she came back within 10 minutes. She said, "Mama, still I'm not feeling okay." She went again. When she came back, she couldn't walk properly. But in my mind, I thought she has been constipated. I never thought there was something that was not okay with her. And then what I did, I gave her an antidiarrheal and also Panadol. I said, "Sis, you go and sleep," because she sleeps with a helper in her room and also with my 1-year-old son. I said, "You go and sleep, sis. Should you feel anything at night, can you please come and knock at our door?" She said, "Okay." And then she went to sleep. And then now on the 16th now in the morning, I decided to wake up at 4 a.m. so that I cook supper, assisting the helper now, because hence my son was not feeling okay. I was like, okay, maybe he will need more attention today, so I had to assist today. So while I was cooking, I had my husband calling me. He said, "Baby, can you please come to the dining room? I just met with CweCwe and she's saying she's going to the loo." I asked her, "Sis, what is happening?" She's like, "Mom, I couldn't sleep at night. I woke up three times because my bums are very painful." I said, "Oh, okay, no, it's fine." I used the torch for the torch on my phone because there was a load shedding. I said, "Okay, you come this side so that I'll be able to check your bums." And she came. I asked her to kneel on her bed because I wanted to check her bums. And then what I discovered is something that it will never erase on my eyes. The anus was not tight, and the size of the anus was of the size of a tissue, like this one. So this is what happened. Still, rape stuff or whatsoever, it never came into my mind. I asked my husband to come and see because I don't know what is happening with the child now because she's in pain and she's crying. And I can see poop from far, but still she says it doesn't want to come out. And then I decided to take her to the GP. That's where it was discovered that the child has been raped, because even the doctor checked even there with her private part, like the one in front. She said, "No, there are injuries here and there are fluids with the GP now." So we referred to a psychologist and also to go and see and report the case to the police. And then we went to the psychologist. Unfortunately, on the day, they said, "No, we should book an appointment." So we had to drive straight to the police station. While I was driving to the police station, I was like, okay, let me just pass by the school so that I tell maybe the class teacher that my daughter is not fine and she's been raped. So now I went to the school, I rang the bell at the gate. At least the clerk came out. I don't know if the clerk or secretary, but the lady came out, and I told her that no, we were facing such an incident back at home. The child is here in the car, she cannot walk because she couldn't walk at the time. Now, so we went straight to the police to report the incident. We attended and we were escorted to Truzela now, to the hospital. And the child was questioned by the social worker on what happened. And the day that we focused on, it was on a Tuesday, the 15th now, not the 14th, when she came back late from school. And when she was like telling everything that happened on the day. Until then, she was attended also by the doctor at Tutuzela, and then semen samples were collected from her. And then I asked the doctor about the walks. DNA samples were collected, and we went home. When we arrived home, she was fast asleep. And then at 8, because we decided to give her the prep at 8. So by 8 p.m., Dad woke her up, and I had a jug of water, my hand in a glass. So at the time she was crying. She said, "Mama, I want to get into this jug of water." so that I'll get better. So I said to my husband, no, this is not normal now, because I can tell this thing is affecting her psychologically. So we decided to drive to one of the hospitals in Potchefstroom, and we arrived in Potchefstroom at about 25 minutes past 12 midnight. Now we're on the 17th of October. Mind you, I'm pregnant at the time, and when we arrived, we had to explain to the staff that we're having this incident, even though we are aware that some private hospitals, they don't attend to rape cases, but we had to plead. At least now we were allowed to get there, and then we got admitted. Now we are admitted, and at about 8, because my husband was sleeping on the car and I was sleeping in the ward with the child, and I called my husband. I asked her to come inside the ward because I needed to go and freshen up. So he came. When I was done, I overheard the conversation because I wanted to go and join them. Overheard the conversation, and my husband was asking my daughter, Sisi, you came late on Monday, on the 14th. What happened? And my daughter did explain that yes, they came late because Malume fetched them late on a Monday. By the time they were waiting for Malume, which is the transport Malume now, Malume, which is the caretaker, sent them to classrooms to go and sweep the classrooms. And the lady was like, oh, okay. And then who did you sweep with? She said, no, I was sweeping by myself. And by the time I was sweeping the floor, I got tired. I don't know what made me tired. I got tired. I don't know what happened after. Until then, I had Malume calling me, which is the caretaker now. I had Malume calling me saying that the transport has arrived. Then I came back home. Oh, okay, fine. Now, I had to call the police because we've opened the case. I had to call the police as to say, no, we've got new information now because remember, when we opened the case, our focus was on a Tuesday, yes, the 15th. We did not even look on what happened on Monday when she came back late from school. And then what I did, I went to the ward, I grabbed my phone, and I went back to the bathroom. I called Umalume, transport Malume now. I said, Malume, what happened on Monday? Why you came back late with the kids? He said, no, sister, I wasn't around. So I asked one of my colleagues, because we are driving the taxis of the same owner. So I asked him to go and fetch my kids from those schools like Bergview College. But on the day, I did receive a call from school at about 14:44. So it was 16 minutes to 3, but the school was over.
Is she saying that she is now contacting the police for the second time to give them updates? So now they have more information coming from the child, and the child is saying there was a time when she was tired at school and she passed out. There's a period where her memory is not clear. And so the mother now has her suspicion raised, and she's calling and informing the police that there's more information. We now have our compass pointing suspicion towards the school. Who did she suspect up until that point? Did you say? Did you pick it up?
3, but the school was over by 1400. So I just received a call. I said, oh, okay, fine. But I was never called as a parent, because normally they call us as the parents, and we are the ones that calls Omalume. But on the day, unfortunately, they did not. And then now, when I called the police, and they promised to come, but saying that still the itinerary is going to take longer because we're on the other province, and now it's KZN and Eastern Cape. So they received a call from the principal's office saying that principal is inviting me for a meeting that will be held at the school premises on the 31st at 10. I accepted, and I was ready for the meeting. And then I went to the meeting, and when I arrived, he was busy on his computer desktop. And then we sat, and she was like, no, I feel sorry for what happened to you, but now I want to know what is happening. So I had to tell everything, and also what the child has told me. And afterwards, and the principal had 2 A4 papers that were written. On the first one is the one that he says he will support us. He's sorry for what happened to us. If you need any assistance, you can come forward, he will assist, and all the stuff.
So this video here looks like it's several parts. I've noticed it jumping and the audio changing and the light changing, the acoustics being different, like it's a different room, different position. And now there's a part 4 on the screen. Now it has banner reading, a 7-year-old girl was raped in Bergview College in the Eastern Cape, Matatiele, after school in a classroom. The principal is Mr. F.J. Peters, 20 February 2025. The day this was posted, this looks like somebody went and took clips from somewhere else. I've seen somebody else, somebody whose screenshots I have taken as well. This person's name is Minis T. This one has a series of videos. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 2 of 3. That's the highest I'm seeing there. Sorry if I said Part 4. So on this one, I'm seeing a Part 4 on this video. So these may have been downloads from that channel or somewhere else. And this Minnie's T channel looks like the videos that she has got on there are videos from TikTok. Let me double check. Yes, and Minnie's T, one of the ones I've been screenshooting. In her description, she as well has the petition. So this channel, Minnie's T, and this one that we've been looking at, World Bug Entertainment and Summer Sambit, have been sharing the link, and there's more videos coming from TikTok. We're just trying to track what video pieces are out there, where they are coming from, who was the earliest to post which one. This video here is not among the first, it seems. It's somebody clipping videos from elsewhere, but what is important about them is the inclusion of the petition and the fact that this World Bug Entertainment channel has gotten quite some significant views. This channel is actually one of the most watched of these videos at 27,000 views in 4 days. This Summer Sambit's video currently, I'm seeing it at about 24,000. This video leads the pack. There's one though that comes before this where the mother goes on to a podcast. That you can see the number of views so far. That video is approaching 1 million. And it looks like it's the oldest video. And I've gone onto that channel to see if they've put out the petition. They have not. So you look at that channel and go check out the fuller story there if you want to. But let's stick to this one. Let's finish these details here for now.
The second page is the one that started to be a problem with me as a parent, because with the points that he listed in there, it's a reputation of the school, because he kept on complaining about the rumors that were circulating, that are circulating. I asked her who's circulating the rumors, because now I'm being threatened and intimidated by the principal, telling me that I should not talk about this thing. And he thought I was professional. I would understand what he wrote on the letter, talking about the community that will take out their kids from school if these rumors spreads, and the reputation of the school, and also if I keep on spreading the rumors, then I'll face legal consequences. I asked, oh, okay, fine. Now you're trying by all means to threaten me. So you want me to be quiet about this whole issue and focus on you and treat you well. But my child was sent to go and sweep the floor, and now we are facing such incident. And I asked him, who has an authority to send the child and sweep the classrooms? He said, the staff. I said, oh, okay. I got so emotional on the day, to a point whereby he did mention that I'm recording, but that was an hours later, and she said, no, I'm recording. I said, oh, okay, no, it's fine. Then I decided to keep quiet. I said, no, I'll never understand this. This thing, it's minor, it's nothing compared to what I'm currently facing, but it's okay if it makes you feel better. And then now, I went out. When I was about to go out, she said, no, can I pray for you? And he prayed for me, and I went home. Then I arrived home now. My daughter, she's very smart, because with all the subjects that she was doing last year, 4 subjects, she's an outstanding learner at grade 1. So she's very smart. She was supposed to even go and fetch her award on that 17th that we got admitted on. And then now on the 15th of November, I received an email from the school. It says an important letter for my daughter, and the principal said to me, if maybe the child doesn't want to come to school and I don't have maybe a doctor's note or anything, then I should write something down. So what I did, I asked the psychologist that we attended back in back in Potchefstroom to at least write something for us, so that it will motivate to also to the Department of Education, because the child is doing grade 1 and she have got level 7 in all of her subjects in all the time from term 1 up to term 3. So she's a smart girl. Now, even with the police now, because they did organize a forensic social worker for us, a social worker from the police, a social worker from social development, because no one ever bothered to consult us. Even the police, they were like, no, we didn't know that you're not consulting with a psychologist. I said, but you never organized one for us. So how was I supposed to know what to go or what to do? 15th of October, now I'm receiving an important letter from the principal. Is saying that unfortunately the child won't be able to be promoted because the letter that we submitted from the psychologist doesn't meet the protocols of the school. If I need any clarity, then I should contact the Department of Education. Now it's been a month full. No one from the Department of Education that came over. Okay, only to find out that later on the 18th of November, that's when the Department of Education known about the incident through a friend of mine, but the principal never went forward and report the incident. Either it happened at school or not, but he never informed them. And then now there was a meeting that was scheduled for the 2nd of December. The principal was present. So many policies were requested from him, and he was told that he need to come and report those, in fact, to come and report, yes, those policies, and in front of Department of Education, for instance, the transport police. And on my side, I asked a question: how often do they vet their staff? Because I'm not saying probably the incident happened at school, but I'm asking how often. He said no, once you get hired, then.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mother, in her own words, I had not seen this, is not sure about this happening at the school. Who pointed fingers? The mother could say, I never said it's the principal. All along, I was just trying to find out what has happened, suspecting where I suspect. I never said it's him. I never said I suspect him. So those who went out in the media and said it's the principal said that by themselves.
They vet you, then after you stay, because even with the caretaker, I've been there for almost over 10 years, but he was vetted long ago. I said, oh, okay, that's fine. I also requested for a contract that I signed as a parent now, as to say, I allow the school to send my child to go and conduct the chores, because I never send my child to go and do the chores at school. I'm still waiting for it up until today, because the meeting was set to be there.
For the case of CweCwe, other than making a video about it and spreading awareness about it and asking you guys to please sign the petition. But a petition is not enough. Give me a second. Sorry, my baby's come first. But seriously, I have fought the...
Okay, so now there's a pretty white girl, and she's also promoting the petition. And that may be yet another video clipped onto this one. You all saw there was no coherent story. That is not a cogent video from start to finish. Cuts, we don't know what's missing. It's best to go and listen to the mother yourself on that 900k view episode. But let's finish watching this. This may help us track where all of this stuff came from, and the people who immediately started fundraising and sending people to a website, to a wallet, to go and put their money in. Where did that money go? And can that money circle around and get back in the hands of these influencers, the Summer Sambits? This may be organized crime.
I have fought these type of battles in the past, and I'm not going to get emotional, but I'm telling you,
And while I'm here, of course, I've expressed my skepticism from the beginning. I've suggested that this could have been something ritual. There's word from the minister and the medical people saying that this may have happened multiple times. There's confirmation that indeed a grape has occurred, and possibly several times. So it may not be a lie and a scam, from the parents. There may be another group that has decided to create the petition all by themselves, some money out of the situation. Or this could have happened in the family and people on the side could have created a petition themselves. Or this could have happened in the family and the family put out the petition. I haven't heard the mother saying, sign the petition or whatever. Some other people have been doing that on her behalf. So she's seeming distant from the cash collection. Certain people have done the fundraising on her behalf. I'm not finding her directly saying, this has happened to me, give me money. That was going to look immediately suspicious and problematic given that the family is being suspected of this now. So let's finish this off.
I don't know. I know there's a back my buddy. I can give money, but that's not the point. I want to see if I can maybe, I don't know, be directed to the mom. Even if that means I have to freaking stand outside Parliament or the Department of Education. I don't care. But this is not just for her. Obviously, we are focusing on her. And we are going to ensure that justice be done. But this is for so many kids that have fallen through the cracks. So many kids that I have had to cancel in the past because things were not done correctly or, didn't have the guts to speak out when it happened. So please, I'm asking you guys very kindly, like anything, please. Even if that is for me just to use this platform, but I just feel like that in itself is not enough. Education is my passion. Fighting for young women is my passion. And I really want to see her shine again. I want to see her parents feel like they can wake up and breathe again. I think of my 2 daughters, and I think if this happened to them or any other child, whether that is a son, what would we do? What would you do?
But when guys what we will not do is sit back and watch a family CweCwe herself not getting the justice she deserves. That is what we will not do.
So we've got another woman now. Are these the influencers? This is looking very interesting. If you watched the video up until now, thank you very much. You're recognizing the value of these videos and watching them till the end. Hope you press like, hope you subscribe and share this video and keep up with it as I'll be bringing you the stuff. Let's finish and see who else shows up here.
It has become so clear that for justice to be served in South Africa, it needs to trend. It needs to come to social media. So it is here now, and let's push it until they get the justice they deserve. So 7-year-old CweCwe was sent to school on a normal day as a normal kid. After school, the caretaker asks her to go clean up a classroom. I don't understand which classroom must be cleaned by a 7-year-old unsupervised. Even that on its own was off. So the little girl gets sent to go clean up a classroom. She gets there and the last thing she remembers in that classroom is the strong smell of burning tires, as she describes it. Next thing, she's being woken up by the caretaker who sent her to go clean the classroom, telling her that the transport is ready and she needs to go.
Strong smell of burning tires. The child remembered a strong smell of burning tires. Is this lady in possession of some information that would allow her to suggest on the child's behalf that the child smelled a condom? What would smell like a burning tire? Is that friction on her skin? Her skin burn. Is this lady suggesting that friction or a substance, the smell of her skin burning, mistaken for a tire? Who are these people?
Now that's the first red flag. It's not the first one, it's the second red flag. You're seeing a child just pass out in a classroom and all you can say is go, hey, your transport is waiting. You're not going to check if that child is okay? Did she collapse? What happened? Okay, fine. So the caretaker tells the child to go to the transport and go home. Transport guy takes the child home. Child gets home. She is very, very sick. The parents are like, oh yeah, children get sick. They give her medication. She goes to bed. She wakes up a couple of times in the night because she is in excruciating pain. She's 7 years old. Majority of the pain is down there. The parents wake up the following morning, the child is not getting better, and the child is actually telling the parents that I actually woke up multiple times last night because I'm just not feeling well. So the mother's like, no, let's examine this thing. Let's check this child out. They check the child out. They see that down there's something that definitely happened. So they take the child to the doctor, and the doctor confirms that, yeah, the child was ill.
So the video ended right there. And ladies and gentlemen, I am really experiencing a problem here downloading this video to keep it. I hope this video does not disappear. There are sketchy, problematic things happening here, but maybe here it is available for download. Wish me success. There's problems downloading this video. I've never experienced problems downloading a video. I don't know what this is. Maybe some technical difficulties, but you are listening. You are hearing. All of this looks problematic. and while it's looking problematic, there's money going into an account. Could that money end up funding these people who came out and did this? Do you know the Fire Festival? Do you know that whole scam where Billy McFarland mobilized social media so effectively to get people interested in the once-in-a-lifetime party, the most epic party on an island with models? He ended up going to jail because so many people paid so much money to arrive at a festival that was just disorganized and nothing came together. And apparently, he's trying to do that again. He came out of jail. He has been going on podcasts saying that he's changed his life. He learned lessons from the first time he pulled such a scam, and he's now having to earn the money back and pay it back, and he's going to earn it back by doing another fire festival. And this one, he says, will be a real one. And we're finding that McFarland is a complete sociopath. He's a case study of somebody who's completely sick, who loves money, who will do anything to lift his ass up. And maybe there are people here who have brought us, who have taken our attention for granted and milked money out of our pockets. The police need to look into this. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.